Security is not what you've been led to believe it is. If you want to be truly secure, then it's time for change. True security is simple. It's back to basics, it's anti-technology, it's what really works when reality strikes as opposed to what looks and sounds good on paper but will never work when reality strikes, or it can't be accomplished by common people when reality strikes. Sound completely different? It is. It's contrarian. Welcome to Contrarian Security. Back to basics, anti-technology, little time and effort required, real security. There's so many problems with traditionally accepted security. It's almost all wrong. Can an entire industry be wrong for so long? Well, I guess the answer is yes, because it has been. There's so many reasons why. I'll touch on a few of them here, and we'll expand on them in ongoing future posts and learning resources. All our lives, we've been conditioned to believe that we can assume our security, that we can rely on several things to keep us secure. Things like technology, alarms, security cameras, emergency phone applications, gunshot detection systems, physical security elements like door locks, door barricading devices, fences, and then people, law enforcement, and security professionals. Fact, none of these things keep us secure. This is evidence every time we hear of new incidents of mass violence where almost every business, school, or organization victimized had all of these things in place. True security is really simple. In fact, everything you need to know, even how to physically defend yourself or how to fight, you can learn while sitting in a chair. Because if you have to get out of a chair, you're likely being taught technique, and technique only works in controlled environments where your training partner is allowing them to work, or environments where there are rules for engagement in which everyone involved is good and polite enough to follow the rules. So this first post is a little more than an introduction to who we are, what we do, how we do it, and why, if you want to be truly secure, you need to engage with us. Not only personally, but for your families, kids, businesses, schools, and churches. We're nationally recognized thought leaders in what true security really is. We work with some of the biggest companies in the world, down to some of the smallest, and in every industry and profession you can think of. We're the creators of Security on Autopilot, the most valuable, cost-effective, and unique complete security solution in the world. You can find out more about me, what we do as a company, and who we serve on our website at www.blue-u.com. I and we have all the credentials that you think we should have to be able to instruct you on how to prevent and survive incidents of violence. But, again, none of it really has anything to do with it. You'll see where our real credentials come from there as well. But for now, let's get started on the basics of true security. Let's start to understand the problems with what we believe keeps us secure, because understanding the problems that solutions are meant to resolve is critical to proficiency. If you don't understand the problems that the solutions are meant to resolve, the solutions will mean little and maybe even nothing. First, think about who we trust and rely on to keep us secure or provide us with advice. For this, I'll use school security as the best but common example. The triggering incident for the launch of an all-out national effort to secure our schools, teachers, and kids was the tragic incident in Columbine High School just over 23 years ago. The effort that followed brought local, state, federal law enforcement, security experts, in parentheses, military and educational professionals to a big table with the goal of combining their expertise to resolve the threat and ensure that an incident like Columbine never happened again. Since then, well-meaning people have spent years of time and millions of dollars on finding and/or developing solutions. And in spite of this effort, we've failed. The proof? The latest act of mass violence against the school was Robb Elementary School in Uvalde, Texas. That incident was worse than the triggering incident of Columbine. And in between, we've had many incidents in which the damage was worse than that of Columbine. But following Uvalde, Texas, there was yet another outcry and demand for solutions, and in whom did we turn? The same exact supposed experts that we've turned to for the past 23 years, whom have failed. For some reason, we think that this time, results from the same people will be different, that this time they'll get it right. Sorry, but that reasoning doesn't stand up to logic and has proven that it doesn't. You see, one of the major reasons we failed is because we assume the right knowledge and expertise is based purely on profession and/or circumstances. If one is in law enforcement or the military, we automatically assume that they'll be the ones to find the right solutions. In some cases, we assume expertise in a parent who's lost a child in an incident of violence. And in others, we assume expertise simply because one worked at a school or business that was victimized by a shooter, or because they were first responders to an incident. Here's the bottom line. These professions and circumstances don't create expertise. In fact, there are zero experts when it comes to resolving acts of violence. Zero. Trusting in assumed experts that are not experts in most cases actually creates more danger than had you never addressed security at all. And I'm completely confident in saying that and will debate it with anyone. So some say doing something is better than doing nothing. Well, not if something creates more danger, it's not. If we want change, we need to start thinking outside the box, and we need new people to do it. We are thought leaders in what truly keeps common people and organizations secure. Our solutions aren't about what looks and sounds good on paper, but never works when reality strikes. And they don't require or expect you to think like or become a warrior, MMA fighter, a martial artist, a shooting expert, or have a past career in the military or law enforcement that has altered your worldview to see everyone and everything as a threat. Our solutions don't require technology or firearms, and our solutions are not age or organization type dependent. Our solutions will never give you absolutes that can actually create more danger than had security never been discussed at all. And if you're a parent, there's one more thing that I want you to consider. How seriously you take your own security will have a direct impact on how seriously you take it for your kids, and to an even lesser extent, co-workers or employees if you're a business owner or leader. If you don't take it seriously for yourself or don't believe that anything will ever happen to you, you likely won't believe that it will happen to your kids, co-workers, or employees. I'll expand on this in great detail in future posts. If you have responsibility for others' security, you need to check yourself on this. But the biggest change that needs to happen in order to enhance the effectiveness of security, what is it? We need to stop trying to keep people secure and start teaching them how to be secure. That's what we do. And success means back to basics, back to the Stone Age. Stop overspending and relying on technology and understand what it takes to be secure. And then do it. If you want more, subscribe, follow, and like us, and share this with your loved ones and friends.